I want to get my partner to step up their communication style. How can I go about it? Firstly, I want you to understand that you cannot change anybody and make peace with that. That you cannot change anybody beyond their level of wanting to change. Okay, yes. So you cannot change anybody beyond how much they want to change. So the only way you can come in now is to facilitate and lead by a good example. But the ultimate change is going to come from them. Now, some ways you can facilitate is to try to spur them to think that if they communicate in a way that does not really go well, you don't go there and tell them you are not communicating well. That is not how to talk. And you just insult them. It doesn't work that way. But you try to guide them to see that how about if you have said it this way and you don't do it in a condescending manner. If you do it in a condescending manner, it will not work. How about you have said it this way? Like if you have done this and this and this, it could have led to this and it would have been better. Or don't you think that if you approach this issue this way, it will have had a better result? Or can we discuss this matter like this rather than arguing constantly? What if we sit down and talk? Now, what all this I'm saying, I'm giving you ways you can facilitate them to think and try to discover that there's something wrong with the communication style. Because if they don't even see that there's anything wrong with their communication style, all your effort to change them will just be seen as lack of love, lack of acceptance. Like this person does not accept me for who I am. They're trying to change me. They're trying to make me fit into an idea that they have in their head. I'm no more interested. But this prompt I've just been mentioning can spur the person to think and arrive at a point where they see flaws in the way they communicate. That's number one. Number two is that you continue to lead by a good example. That the kind of good communication style you want them to have, you give it to them. So if the person is coming with aggression, for instance, and you reply with peace, if they are a sensible person, and you should only date a sensible person and marry a sensible person. If you're a sensible person, they will go back and think that I talk to this person this way, I talk to me this way. Is something not wrong with me? When you now couple that with you facilitating, it will most likely push them to a point where they want to step up as well. But because I started with the fact that you cannot change people beyond their willingness to change, even if you do both of this and they don't want to change, they're like, this is how I am, this is how I talk, this is how we talk in our family. We always raise our voice, we always shout. Then there's nothing you can do to help. And whenever you're tendering your breakup speech, make sure you include it here. That the reason why I cannot continue with this is because I have made all my effort. I've tried to do this and do this and do this, but there's no change. Now, I also want to point out that you shouldn't, in such situation, don't just rush out of it, except it's something that is very bad, that is choking and killing you. Don't just rush out of it because as humans, it is almost difficult. It is difficult for us to unlearn things. And by difficult, what I mean is that it's going to take some level of effort for us to unlearn things. And it is almost impossible for us to change all of a sudden. It is even impossible for us to change all of a sudden. So change is going to take a while. I am bringing this up because if you are leading by example and if you are sparking up their thinking and trying to facilitate them to see that they can communicate in a better way, and they are making that adjustment, the adjustment is not going to come all of a sudden. Sometimes it might take 1 year before you see any noticeable difference. But one thing that will tell you that this person is making the effort, or one thing that will tell you that you can stay with this person, is when you see the conscious effort that you are making. That if you correct them on a particular thing, the I correct, not shout at them. Shouting at someone is not correcting them. But if you tell them a better way to do it, and you see that in the next conversation that is similar to that, they make the effort to make the adjustment. Then you know that okay, this person is open to change and they will change with time. With such people, you should be patient. But with the one that how I am is how I am and I cannot change, then there's nothing you can do to help such person. Just prepare a very beautiful breakup speech. Since you are the one who is good with communication, I'm not shading you, but since you are good with communication, use your communication skills to give them a very beautiful love letter and say you are no more interested and just move on from there.